Hello Capsuleer, my name is Gildy and welcome to EVE Online.
New Eden is full of mysteries. Mysteries that Capsuleers need to uncover themselves while learning the ropes and figuring out how to survive in the harsh environment of space. This inevitably leads to some myths, legends, and even misconceptions arising in regard to how everything around us works. Today, we will take a look at some of the above and figure out if those things are true or not. First on our list is prealigning. Prealigning to a location usually means that you start moving towards a direction you predict you will be warping towards. However, there is a group of people who will argue with you that aligning your ship towards something and then stopping gives you an advantage when it comes to your align time. So let's quickly test this, and after the test, go over why aligning works the way it works. Here we have two ventures with the exact same align times, no modules changing that right now. One of them is aligned towards the home station we will warp to, the other one is pointing in the exact opposite direction. If the theory of pre-aligning your ship model is true, once I initiate fleet warp, they won't warp together, but rather one after another. I hit the fleet warp and they warp together. Why did that happen? It happened because your ship is not a model for the game. For the game, your ship is more or less a sphere which gets a vector of acceleration and speed added to it as you start moving. And this is why. First of all, you can see freighters entering warp still backwards or in 90 degrees angle to the direction they will warp to. If you get webbed into warp, you enter it way faster than the model turn is set to due to the fact that you're supposed to take way more time to align. Secondly, you have more turrets on your ship model than actual turrets you fit. That way, you can always track your target and keep shooting it. If ship model position really mattered, then you would have realistic number of hard points, meaning you would be able to have blind spots on your ship or shoot only half of your guns at the same time. Instead, you have turrets spread all around the ship, so there is always the right amount tracking the target. And thirdly, if ship position mattered when you are stationary, the navigation part of your ship fitting window that shows you your ship align time to enter warp from full stop would not be there, because it would always depend on which direction you are pointing to. So, as you can see, there is no need to align your ship just to stop it in space. As long as you are not moving at all, the align time will be exactly what the ship fitting window is telling you, rounded to the next full second. Second legend I want to test today is the behavior of off-origin lancers. Those entities roam systems with Jove observatories and active drifter wormholes. They linger on gates, asteroid belts, stations, and even customs offices, scanning for something. Capsuleers tell stories of lancers looking for corpses that they scoop and turn into reanimated pilots of their drifter cruisers and battleships, wielding powerful weapons. Unlucky the one, Capsuleers say, who gets scanned by those lancers while carrying a corpse, because once they realize you have one, they will become aggressive and follow you around. However, in our corporation we have one member who loves collecting meat popsicles. Yes, looking at you, Bane. And she never seems to get in trouble carrying one around on fleets, because she likes to take them on trips. So, in the name of science, I made sure to have a clean clone, just in case, packed two of the popsicles and departed to a system I know has an observatory and should have lancers roaming around. I land at a gate where they are just arriving and wait. What is interesting, they don't seem to be interested in the corpse ejected from the shuttle at all, and not long after I get scanned myself. Surprisingly, there is no reaction from the lancers whatsoever. It seems that this trigger has been removed from their behavior. However, there is another thing that I heard triggers them, and even seen some kill mills in the past of ships being destroyed by lancers while carrying it. So I assume that that might actually still be triggering their response. The item in question is the anti-cathera element. So, now that I tested the first thing, time to grab one of these from Jita and pay a visit to Lancers to see if they will get angry at me for holding one of those. And once more, I land next to them, get scanned once, twice, and even 3 times, and nothing. Later, I tried dropping the can with the item in space, but Lancers once more seemed to have no interest in it. As you can see, it seems that Lancers no longer are interested in any of those goods, so as long as you don't provoke them by attacking, you should be fine cruising through known space, unless you of course warp to the unidentified wormhole beacons. They still don't like you snooping around there. Lastly, I want to look into a new hot topic which emerged with the new expansion, Equinox. I am talking about the auto-targeting missiles, which the new freighter with teeth, Avalanche, has received a bonus to. Some people decided that it's way too tough to kill if it can not only properly tank itself, but also shoot back. So the question in a lot of people's minds who never really entertained auto-targeting missiles arises, how do they work? Can you still choose their target? Do they prefer ships, drones, closest target, or the first one to aggress that keeps on aggressing you, allowing you to bait the attack on a ship that is best tanked, while the rest keeps attacking while being unaffected? Or can you maybe by chance break them, making the enemy using those not able to shoot you? Let's find out. Here I prepared a little test scenario. Against my Gila, which has auto-targeting missiles equipped, I have another Gila, which I will attack with a drone only. Then I will weave in and out of range, checking what happens. While the presentation happens on screen, I will share my findings. First of all, missiles of course won't shoot anyone if there was no aggression between the two parties. Having a dual up making the player character next to me a legal target does not mean that the missiles will fly towards them unless aggression from one of the sides has been started. Secondly, putting drones on someone is enough of an act of aggression to get the missiles to target you, even though you never technically redbox the person using auto-targeting missiles yourself. Thirdly, the missiles seem to work on range base only. When the attacking ship comes closer to the person launching than the drone that is orbiting it, the missiles switch to that target and keep at it till the ranges change and the drones become the closest target again. And lastly, each missile launch acquires its own target. The target of the missiles does not stay locked, so you cannot just pull aggro on the first attack and then keep it that way without actually having to be mindful of the ranges that you are operating at. So as you can see, if you want to attack someone using auto-targeting missiles, like the Avalanche, which now has the bonus to damage of those, and a lot of the pilots seem to love to throw them around just for the heck of it since they are new ships, the best way to deal with them is to get your best tank ship and slam it right into that thing to tank the missiles until you cannot anymore, at which point you can pull range and have someone else take over, or until the opponent realizes what you are doing and reloads into regular missiles. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to see my future uploads. If you are interested in what I will talk about next, my videos go up every Sunday. And if we never see each other again in Space Capsulia, fly safe!